But right now, what we do each week is we check out the top 10 hottest comic books on the market these days based off of cover price. Cover price is kind of like a stock index. It's like the NASDAQ or the Dow Jones or what have you. They take actual sales data from the past week, and they go through that data, and they give you the top 10 hottest comics of the week. And here they are. At number 10, we have X-Men. Number 5, the second appearance of Omega Red. Number 9 is Fallout number 4, the second printing. Number 8 is Uncanny X-Men 160, the first appearance of Ilyana Rasputin, a.k.a. Magic. Number 7 is Captain Marvel, The End, number 1, Peach Momoko variant. Number 6 is Secret Wars. Number 8, the first appearance of Spider-Man Black Costume. Number 5 is Amazing Spider-Man 361, first appearance of Carnage. Number 4 is Marvel Action Avengers. Number 10, first appearance of Yellow Hulk. That was I think that was number 1 last week. Number 3 is Ultimate Fallout. Number 4, the first printing. Number 2 is Ultimate Fallout 4, the second printing. Number 1 is New Guardians number 2 and the first appearance of Snowflake. That is something we're going to get into soon, Chris. But Chris, there were 3 books. Actually, let's be fair. Actually, there were 5 books that caught your interest, and let's have you go through those right now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you see a lot of the books on here. Probably have to do with a lot of movie speculation, hype, and whatnot. But a few that really stood out to me is number 10 on the list, and that is X-Men. Number 5, this book is the second appearance of Omega Red in the from the Jim Lee run in the 90s. Now, this for me to have this book in the top 10 is really awesome, and it's fun to me because this isn't a first appearance. Number 4 was his first appearance, but Omega Red is such a great character. This is his first full cover appearance, and I'm a huge fan of Jim Lee. So to see a book like this with a cover like this, you know, it just shows to me that people are probably really diving into this character, and that it just has a really awesome cover that pulls people in. This is actually a book that I would probably send to CGC just to have it encapsulated to show off such an amazing cover. I do feel that Omega Red is an underrated supervillain at this point. And it's interesting not to see the first appearance up here with the second appearance. But like I said, when you have such an amazing cover to pair with it, pretty awesome. And I know that there's been some talk over the last year of Omega Red being introduced into the MCU when we see the X-Men. I'd be happy to see that. So this is just a fun book to see up here. Nothing too crazy or too valuable, but you know. But with that said, something that I just am loving the fact that I get to talk about it right now, and that is all things Miles Morales. And we have 3 different Ultimate Fallout number 4 books on this list. We have obviously the first printing, the second printing, and the variant cover. Guys, this really speaks to this character and the fact that Marvel did an amazing thing that is rarely done. You know, it's hard for comic book publishers to find that niche with a new modern character. And they did a good job by taking one of the most iconic characters of all time in Spider-Man and bridging that with a brand new character under the mask and doing something that worked and really spoke to fans. We have, in the same week, we have the announcement of Into the Spider-Verse 2 being put into production. We have the announcement of a Miles Morales video game that I think is going to break sales. And then we have these books. Everyone is trying to get a hand on this first appearance of Miles Morales. So you can't afford the first copy that actually I just saw. I believe it was a 9.6 sell for almost $1,000 this last week. If you can't afford that, go for the second printing. If you can't afford that, go try to find the variant. They are out to get this character right now. And honestly, guys, it is not slowing me down. This is one book that I do feel is a modern book that will, in the long run, compete with first appearance Bronze Age books such as Hulk 181 or Giant Size X-Men number 1. I truly believe that. Jeff, I don't know if you wanted to just touch on that real quick.
I do. I want to say that's a hot take. That is a lofty goal for a book like this, a modern book like this, to reach that peak. But I mean, it's it is kind of crazy though, $1,000 for this book in a shoot. I think 9.6 is insane. Anyways, it's a good. I mean, it's definitely one to watch. If he's only going to get more popular, I don't know. That I'd be amazed to see if it does reach those heights of Hulk 181.
Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. And like I said, I love talking about that, but I got one more book to talk about, and that is our number one on the list, guys. I'm telling you, I had a laugh with this. But hey, let's all have some fun and laugh sometimes, right? Now, number one on the list this week is DC's New Guardians #2. And you might be scratching your head saying, what the heck is New Guardians #2, and why is it number one on the top selling comic books of this week? And that's because it's the first appearance of a villain that might not be well known, but his name is Snowflame. And get this, guys. Snowflame. He's not only a supervillain speedster, but he runs a drug cartel in Colombia. And guess what? Not only does he deal, but he is a big cocaine user. Yes. Snowflame gets his speedster powers, or boosts his powers, literally by snorting blow. Now, the only reason that I can even think about why this book might be on a number one of a top selling list is because Screen Rant did publish an article about this character in this book a couple weeks back. But I mean, are we really holding on to random little articles to where we're going out and purchasing a random obscure book like this? I mean, it blows my mind, and I keep saying that, it blows my mind, pun intended, right? But this is such a nutty one to be at number one.
It's straight comedy. It's straight comedy, and we not funny at all a few weeks ago or a couple months ago, where you had the first appearance of Corona in a Web of Spider-Man early '90s book. That was super hot as well. That's not funny, but this is like, right. What are you thinking about? Are these like speculators that are misinformed, or thinking that this is going to be the next Miles Morales or something? Like it just is insane to think that people are going absolutely crazy to get this book.
It is. And like I said, I got a great laugh from it. I have new Guardians #1 in my collection. I don't believe I have #2, and I have no plans following the hype. That's for sure.
All right. Well, at least we're ending on a high note here with comedy, because that is absolutely hilarious. I'd be willing to bet
high note.
Woo! High five, Tim. All right. So that is our weekly top 10 section right there. We hope you all enjoyed that. Looking forward to next week. And I wonder, all right, actually, Chris, I'm going to ask you right now. Do you think New Guardians is going to even be on the top 10 list next week?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. Now, I will say that I know the Screen Rant article came out a couple weeks ago. So maybe it just took enough time for people to catch up. That was the case. But like I said, I couldn't find any other evidence of why people are really buying into this book. So there's no really even other speculation hype on it. So I'm going to say it's gonna topple over and fall off pretty quick. Kind of like a high when you're snorting blow.